Hello people, welcome to another episode of Instant AI. In this episode, I will talk about not an officially supported Google product, the Deep Learning Tuning Playbook. Therefore, without any further ado, let's get on with it. A team of 5 researchers and engineers working across Harvard University, Google Research, and Braintree recently announced the Deep Learning Tuning Playbook. Roll please. Which is nonetheless a living document or precisely a guide revealing tips and tricks on designing deep learning experiments. However, the entire AI community, which include academicians, engineers, developers, and technologists, can visualize it as a comprehensive attempt to showcase tried and tested approaches of training and tuning neural network to derive maximum output from the deep learning models. Hence, after knowing what is deep learning tuning playbook, let's move to understand why this playbook was created in the first place. The deep learning tuning playbook was brought into existence mainly due to two reasons. Number one, to largely fill the gaps between the approaches and techniques used by practitioners as compared to deep learning experts. Number two, due to the lack of a well-documented practical guide infused with useful debugging strategies, architecture selection tactics, training pipeline related recommendations, and hyperparameter tuning suggestions, which stand very critical for obtaining good results and hence quite essential in building a deep learning powered product. Now, after learning about why the deep learning tuning playbook was brought into existence, it's time to unpack the information made available in it to all of this. The first version of the DLT, yes, the Deep Learning Tuning Playbook, consists of 4 sections and it ends with very interesting, thought-provoking, frequently asked questions. So, let's jump to each section one by one.
Hi, I'm Champa. Just came to tell you that the high level overview of each section of Deep Learning Tuning Playbook is coming up next. Don't miss it, huh?
The first section of the playbook, Guide for Starting a New Project, start with some pretty considerable suggestions on choosing the model architecture, choosing the optimizer, choosing the batch size. And the same section extend with the answers to some practical questions, such as whether should I increase the batch size or should I go with a smaller model or a bigger model, which I am sure every deep learning practitioner must have asked themselves while starting to solve a real world problem through deep learning models. The second section of the playbook, a scientific approach to improving model performance, urges the engineers and researchers to incline more towards problem exploration, then exploitation, to accomplish the single most important goal, which is of utilizing the capability of the deployed model in production to its fullest. And the golden bits of advice which acquire our own in section 2 includes the incremental tuning strategy, that is, start with a simple configuration and incrementally add features and make improvements while building up insight into the problem. Then, exploration versus exploitation approach is discussed, followed by choosing the goal for the next round of experiment subsection, which clearly announce the arrival of the next subsection, which is designing the next round of experiment. In this subsection, authors have heavily talked about identifying scientific nuances and fixed hyperparameters to adequately achieve the goal of the experiments. Then it is followed by determining whether to adopt a training pipeline or hyperparameter config change subsection, and ends with after exploration concludes subsection, which basically includes the introduction of Bayesian optimization for tuning ML models. The third section of the playbook, determining the number of steps for each training run, focuses fundamentally on one important aspect of deep learning workflow, that is, training time, which is influenced by the computational resource in hand. Therefore, in the subsections of this section, author very succinctly share the action that one needs to take while deciding how long to train when model training is not compute bound as opposed to when computational resources becomes the limiting factor. The fourth section of the playbook, additional guidance for the training pipeline, provides reader with guidelines on various aspects of the model training pipeline. It starts with various steps on optimizing the input pipeline, followed by information on several settings which can be used to evaluate model performance. Then, from there, authors shift the reader attention to saving the best checkpoint strategy, followed by advice such as keeping the track of the model prop-related experiment in a spreadsheet or adding a short description of the experiment wherever you are depositing the model-related issues. Lastly, the section also briefly talk about batch normalization implementation details along with consideration for multi-host pipelines. That's all folks in this video. If you like this video and found it useful, do click the like button, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you won't miss any of my new videos. Furthermore, please do share your valuable inputs on the Deep Learning Training Playbook in the comment section. I'll be eagerly waiting for it. So, until I knock back into your life with another interesting topic or news straight from the AI universe, this is me, your host Naveen, signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Bye bye.